Hello everybody, welcome back to Evolve. We're going to be playing as the Boulder. In this one we're on Aviary against Slim Bucket, Wasteland Maggie and Lennox for this one. We'll do Amethyst. Purple is the favourite colour on this channel, as you can probably tell. But yeah, all I'm going to say about Amethyst is it has stage 2 animation bugs, and that's the only thing I don't like about it. We'll do move speed as a perk. We'll get going. Team-wise, this is very high DPS, which is probably the correct route to take against the literal tank monster. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, his roll animation is just a bit bugged. It just instantly does it. It's one of the byproducts of the absolute travesty that Stage 2 was. But anyway, if this is your first video, welcome. It's a 4v1 acing. I'm currently playing as the monster. Our goal is to kill the hunters, as their goal is to kill me. Stage 1 monsters, however, that's a bit weird, never normally does that. Stage 1 monsters, which we are currently at the beginning of this, are not combat capable. There it is, it's the Insta Boulder. Usually he does lean forward in a lot of his other skins before he goes into that. It's the only thing that bothers me about it. Well, you know, not to start things off on that topic or that tone, you know, it's like, it's just one of those things with Stage 2, it's like, why would you even do that, you know, like, it's in the game already. Like, we had really good animations in Legacy, which is what this version is. And then, that, you know, it's like, what the fuck were you doing? It's fine. But, you know, we're here to play the game. Yeah, we're just going to be filling up this meter that you can see. We're halfway there. Once we do get to the full meter, we will be able to go to stage 2. That's when the fighting will begin, because that's when we'll be more combat capable. We are alerting birds. That's going to tell the hunters where we are. Vaguely, anyway. This motherfucker's going to try and harass me. I'm just hoping for no dogs, because if there is dogs we've got issues. It's going to take us to stage 2. You can see him over there as well, that's Daisy and the rest of the hunters. That's by smell range, which we're going to replace with ability cooldowns. Universally is one of the best buffs in the game for monsters, this. Gives you some cushioning against mistakes on your combos as well with Behemoth. Yeah, it's fine. Shit. Good. Fine. Can hear bullets that sound pretty damn close, which doesn't fill me with joy, but you know, we are stage 2, so we get more HP, we get more damage. Would like to get some armor first though. We'll do diamond. That's feed speed, I don't really want that, to be honest. Attention to detail is insane in this game. You'll know that we'll notice that we're crunching because we're on ice, you know? Stuff like that exists in this game. Exists in other games, not saying it doesn't, but you know, this game takes itself very seriously. For what it is. Whilst also having comedic moments, you know? Do get down on Bucket there because he's isolated. The way Behemoth works, generally, as we're against bots here, so it's not the greatest example, but you want to be comboing to your tongue, Fisher, and then, you know, all that kind of stuff, but you do wall normally. Probably should have done a better example of that, but, you know, I used wall a bit earlier. If you got line of sight, I'll show you actually. So you pull somebody in, you wall it up, isolate him from the team, you know, all that kind of stuff, and then just hammer him down. We are just targeting the incorrect hunter here, although she didn't shield herself for some reason, so that's a freebie for me. We want to kind of get Daisy here, because she's going to be the one that gives the quick revives. There we go. Don't know who I'll grab there. Did I grab a bucket? Don't know, they're up anyway, just get out. He's got no armor now. I think I might have grabbed Bucky, but he was cloaked. the stage 3. We are going to go for one more though. You can use your HP as a bit of a resource, because you do gain a percentage back when you evolve. It's one of the only ways monsters can actually gain HP back though. Do it again. Did actually shield in time on that one. Shielded. The Fisher does travel over the terrain, so you can activate it like so. Doesn't give us much of a damage lead though, because Slim's right there. Expecting him to go back. He didn't go back. Okay. Shit. I don't think I grabbed him, no I didn't. It's gone a bit shit-shaped. Should be going for Maggie here, but you know, we're trying to just spread strikes as much as we can, which are the little white blocks you can see. To get them whenever they go down. Reduces the max HP. I'm trying to get one on Slim because he's incredibly tanky. Let's get out now. We'll go stage 3. That was move speed, it's fine. Would have took on move speed as well, we're about to drop ability cooldowns, it's fine. Ooh, just in time. That's the fella I want to see. Just took loads of HP damage there as well, I think. It's fine. Get in here, get the evolve. Yeah. You can literally see me through there, but it's fine because I go back to the relay once we get to stage 3. Rare line by Maggie there, because they do react to monsters evolving. You don't really hear them when you're playing as monster. We're on our stage 3. Wildlife fight. Yeah, final evolution of the monster. Biggest we can be. Bucket's removed one of his strikes with the med bays. Stage 3 Walrus. Basically like giving yourself your own little arena. Attack ball used the, well, Slim has as well. And Maggie actually. They've used the med bays, I don't know which one they've used though. Is it down? Give me the shield, I can use the boulder though to take them miles away. Shit. Yeah, we're gonna get out of there. Still got 3 hunters to get through, we need to get some armour. Should do it, I think. Yeah. Take the person who's in charge of domes out. That's always a good thing, because we are going to get the assault back in this one. We did actually get Bucket in the background there, because it does go up your own wall as well. Good, let's give me the down. Big part of Behemoth as well is displacement. is what you're seeing there. You basically just juggle everybody so they can't actually do anything. Is he down? Yeah, he is. We know Daisy's getting the revives, but we're going to start killing some people here so we can get the respawns going again. Is Maggie dead? Didn't see where Bucket went. Fortunately. Shield again. Very good heal burst there, that's fine. Right, Bucket's already used his cloak, so I am actually going to go for Slim in this instance. That's too far, I think. No, it isn't. Is it? No, it isn't. Just about. Good. Now we will go for you. Prevent the quick revives. Didn't see where he went. Do you have a sloth right on top of him? No, that's good. He was over here somewhere, he's cloaked again though. Generally it's a good idea to do this when you're struggling. This is very dangerous because that's fine. Salt's coming back anyway, we're just going to re-armor. Ready or not? Take Daisy out. Now we don't have quick revives. It's down. We're getting into a serious situation here, to be honest. I'm looking at getting out, I think. 30 seconds on the respawn. Just for the boys at the back of the room in one of these situations again, because we find ourselves here again, this is what a balanced ASIM looks like. I'm stage 3, the strongest I can be, but because I'm not wisely picking fights here, because I'm just literally playing it for the fun of the animations and all that kind of shit, I'm losing. Because you actually have to be good at this ASIM to win it, unlike the top of the genre at the moment. I'm going to get a full thing here. You already used the damage buff as well, so we can't actually pick that up now. Toasty Reaver. He's got the mammoth, yeah. That's right. What we need to do now, the way we win this, is we need a clean sweep, basically. Which is probably going to involve, I should say. What happened to the thing there? Going for, not you. Pull you all the way. No, we'll go for Bucket. So don't get the cloak and run off. Daisy getting in the way, that's very good as well. Because he is trying to run off already. It also removes turrets that are going to be placed in the map. Yeah, now we need to go for Max. Let's go. Just use it for armor. 7 seconds, we're getting another spawn here. Don't know if Slim might be on that one though, just by virtue of where he died. She's got a shield, so we can't actually go in there. We're just going to get the full armour again. What we can do though is while they are coming in, get a bit of a damage lead on her. You get a big displace there, there's the shield. Game's got a delightful sense of humour as well. Right, they actually have no assault this time, just get the armour. Gonna be the best time we have to do it. We want Bucket here, so he doesn't cloak and run off again. He's cloaked and run off again. There he is. Shit, do that now. That's fine. Kinda want the tyrant to get him. This fucking tyrant, dude. That's one. Dead, good, and then he's up there. How long have we got left? 19 seconds. It is Slim. Stop him from going anywhere. Fuck. Right, okay, it's fine, we'll go and get some armour. We can potentially do what we just did though, if we find Slim here now. So they don't have a medic this time. We'll go a long way. I'm this way somewhere, I think. Don't know which way we went. Yes. Yeah, back in, I can hear the dropship, that's fine. Block them from that way. See, because of the tree, good, use him for armour. Don't really need it, get in there. Okay, it's the target again. It's you, don't need it, stop doing that, fucking hell. Get rid of you. Then we go for Muggy. Premature shield, that's probably going to be it. 24 seconds, you don't live that long. Look at that. There it is. The comeback, fellas. See that? Rewarded for having game sense on the killer side of things, on the monster side of things, whatever it is in the game, you know? Novel concept is that these days. If you say anything about it, you're the bad one. Not in my Christian hand-holding simulator. 17 minutes, nice. Very decent game because there was comeback potential, you know? At the top of the ASIM genre at the moment. You might know the name of the game I'm referring to here, but we're not going to go completely into this because I do need to worry along here. Shit like that isn't possible. Because if the game lasts longer than, you know, the attention span that the fucking goldfish that play that game would tolerate, basically the killers get locked out of playing the game and the other side basically gets the win. Because, sweet precious, you've had a very stressful experience in your PvP horror video game. And you should be entitled to the win for playing like complete utter fucking dog shit and, you know, all that kind of shit. But it is what it is. Anyway, there's what the ASIM genre could have been, fellas, you know. I said it about halfway through, two-thirds of the way through, that the reason we got into a shit shape there was because I was just enjoying myself. I was going for the fights and all that kind of stuff with the monster armor. I didn't pick the correct fights. And then we got to a stage where I very nearly died at stage 3. when we got out. I don't know what fight we was on. It was like the second, third fight in, and we were dropping quite low with no armour, because this game punishes mistakes. It's very hard to bring stage 3 monsters down, because the very reason for that is if a monster gets to stage 3, you're playing like shit as the hunters, basically. Because it's actually, outside of the realms of bots, it's quite easy to track monsters in this game. It always was in Legacy. The only real defence a monster has in that instance in the early to mid game is sneaking, which can be strong, but there are certain tells that experienced hunters can use to tell, you know, where the monster is. You've got sound cues in this game where, you know, every monster's leap has quite a large range of the sound that you will hear it use it. You know, like Goliath's sort of grunt as he jumps and as he lands is quite a large distance at stage 2 and stage 3, so you can tell where he is. So if he's sneaking, which does make him silent and removes his tracks on the ground, if he wants to leap because you are actually catching up to him by, you know, coincidence, or if you know he's there, you'll be able to hear where that leap is, and it's directional audio, so you'll be able to tell where he is as well. There's all that kind of things. Every fucking thing in this game was thought of. It was actually designed by people with intellect, you know, rather than just fucking sheep braining and using Twitter as your fucking balance team, you know. And all these fucking big YouTubers that seem to think that, you know, oh, in the current game state of Dead by Daylight, if you're not winning 80 to 90% of your killer games, you don't deserve to have an opinion. And it's like, these people legit like letting people out the gates, and then when that counts as the survivors escaping, they still seem to think they're playing anywhere near a fucking IMR bracket, because killing survivors in that game raises your MMR as killer. But these people are preaching that they're at high MMR, and I'm seeing these videos where the survivors they're playing against are just complete fucking potatoes, and they're going on about how they're at IMR and all this kind of shit, and they're going on about preaching it to the rest of the player base, and like fucking sheep, they all just accept it because they've got a high subscriber count, you know. Like some of the opinions that people have on the game in the community of that game, mate, they're just completely disillusioned. But if you try and talk sense into them, nah, they just refuse intelligent thinking, and they also refuse what their own eyes are actually telling them what's on the screen. For the sake of my favourite big YouTuber thinks this, so I must think it, you know, caveman. But it is what it is anyway. As I say, there's what a properly designed ASIM looks like, fellas, you know, where there is comeback potential for both sides at every instance. You saw it with the hunters, because I was making mistakes in that instance, you know, and they were actually using, even with it being bots, they were actually using their abilities correctly. They were landing, Lennox was landing Thunder Strikes, which is that jump ability that she does that does a lot of damage, which is very good against Behemoth because it's quite easy to land it on him because he's quite immobile. And we took a lot of damage in a lot of fights, and they almost killed me at stage 3 because I wasn't picking the correct situations, I would say, because we were just going for the animations and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what the ASIM genre could have been, fellas, but we traded it in. Courtesy of the fucking apes that, you know, went on about, oh, you know, we're turning guns blue. I don't want to pay for my content. Justice for my gamers' wallets, you know. Rise up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a big content creator, but I don't want to pay for my content. So you shouldn't either. And like pigs at a fucking trough, they all let it up. And here we are. Dead by Daylight. Fucking hell. Zero innovation for the past fucking 6 years. Shit animations, no atmosphere, and just completely, like, the future is just grey. Like, it's there, because we've got that game now, but what's to be excited about, you know? Because every new chapter we release, the animations are shit, there's bugs all over it, there's no atmosphere. Every new killer that comes out, it's like Springtrap in about 25 minutes from now, the release of that is. Springtrap is basically a Huntress fucking Dredge clone, despite behaviour going on about how this chapter was groundbreaking. The only groundbreaking aspect I can come to mind, that comes to mind that I can think of, is the fucking door system, where you can walk through, you basically walk into a door, and then it plays an animation. It's not really groundbreaking, it's legit just an animation. And the only difference is if a survivor's in there, when you go in there as Springtrap, it plays a grab animation. That's not groundbreaking. It's a fucking, it's an animation, you know. But at the same time, this is what I'm talking about with the quality difference, because apparently that's groundbreaking in Dead by Daylight, and it is, you know. What have you just seen, you know? Regardless of, you know, what I said at the beginning, where he's got a bit of a bugged boulder animation on this particular skin. On the rest of his skins, it's not bugged. It's just this skin, because this skin was ported over into Legacy from Stage 2, so he doesn't have the initial rolling start animation. There's in this game, for example, every monster has easily and realistically about 6 or 7 different animations based on the direction where the hunter is that you're attacking. If you decide to switch targets and the hunters are all over you, all around you, and you spin your camera around to face that one, the monster's model doesn't spin at the, you know, it doesn't spin at the same speed as your camera, so it'll take time to animate it turning around, but it works in the fight as well because it's quite fluid. If you attack as the monster is doing that turn animation to follow your camera, it will literally, Gorgon for example, she will reach back and swipe. Goalie will put his fists together and use them as a fucking hammer. He'll turn around, spin around. Kraken, the one with tentacles on his back, will throw himself backwards so his tentacles energize and zap whoever stood behind him. You know, you've got animations for people that are at a 90-degree angle where, again, Kraken, he'll do sort of like a kind of like, it's kind of like the metalhead head bopping kind of thing, where he sort of swings himself around and then throws his tentacles into him, you know, and stuff like that. There's animations for when a hunter is a slightly higher elevation to you. Goalie will jump up, double fist, ground sort of smash animation, you know. His legs part because he throws his fist down, you know. Kraken reaches up with the tentacles in the same sort of manner, throws them forward onto the ledge, zaps whoever stood on that ledge. It's all there, you know. Now, we've got shit animations. We've got one animation per fucking attack on all the killers in the game. There's very few killers in Dead by Daylight that have any kind of animation finesse to them whatsoever. There's no atmosphere. Every map is a square fucking box that you play on. There's no elevation. There's nothing to do with that. And if you want to go into what DBD's elevation is, the swamp, yeah, that fucking literal dev plane of just literally a square bit in the middle, a smooth like incline around the edges of the map onto a flat base as well, that forms like a ring. That's not elevation. No, that's literal fucking. Just it's a fucking slope, you know. But again, that's getting really nitpicky and all that kind of shit. But there isn't any ledges. There's no jungles and all this kind of shit that you see in this game. There's no actual living, breathing maps, mate. And I'm not talking about fucking the game or Midwich having a second floor to it. Wow, it's a staircase, you know. Both of those maps in that game as well, because of the way the game's designed, are very shit to play on. You know, there's no gameplay to them. You just follow survivors around like a fucking lost dog, breaking all the pallets, or shift Wing if you're on Midwich. If you're not a traversal-based killer as well. But there it is, as I say. It spawned a bit of a rant because obviously that was a really fun one. There was ups and downs from both sides, and we actually demonstrated what happens when you don't play optimally as the monster as well. You'll get whittled down, even at stage 3, which is what you saw there, you know. And also we got the comeback there because we decided, well, we started towards the very end picking wise fights, which is what I did at the very end when I said I'd give you, as I was playing it, the targets that I was going to go for, you know, because that's the strategy in that instance. You go for medics, and then you go for the support, because the support will likely try and run off and cloak, which is what the bots do actually understand to do in this game. And he did it at one point because he ran off and he got his team a new respawn. So that's the benefit of doing that. The counterplay in that situation, again, because it does think of all aspects, is I can go and damage the relay, which was that purple thing in the middle of the map you might have seen. If I start damaging that, if I destroy that, I win. So it kind of pulls the support who's hiding out of hiding to poke damage through. But there's several layers to this, because obviously if you do this too early as support, the monster's going to know where you are, and your team's probably going to be like, what, 30-40 seconds out still, and you're not going to survive. So you get punished for that if you time it wrong, you know. Usually if they're on the relay, you want to let it just damage the relay a little bit, just let him do his merry little thing, and then as the timer ticks down, then when it's about 10 seconds out, poke him and start fucking running, you know, because the monster will come for you then, in that instance, unless they properly just sit next to the relay pressuring it, but then they're going to have the entire team coming down on their head. See how it's a back and forth every time? There's something for the hunters to come back with, there's something for the monsters to come back with, because this is a correctly designed ASIM, fellas, you know? And it never saw the light of day. Because I have to pay for my content. Little old me, I don't have a job except a YouTube career that pays several £1,000s a month at my level. No, I don't want to pay for my content. Fucking apes. Right, anyway, there it is, we'll end it. Hope you've enjoyed the gameplay. I will hopefully see you for the next one. Bye.